and IKEA in Atlanta decided that it was somehow a good idea to come out with a Juneteenth menu on the day of June 19th for the Black emancipation, whatever else they were trying to celebrate that day. And they decided to come out with a specific menu for that in honor of it. And let's just say they came under a decent amount of fire because of that. So a little bit about what's going on here. So the employees and customers at an IKEA in Atlanta became outraged at what they said was a racist menu that was meant to honor African Americans on the Juneteenth holiday. So this is the menu that they were trying to push on that particular day. Okay, so the menu items included watermelon, fried chicken, collard greens, and candied yams, which I've never even had those. I don't even know what that is. But anyways, I don't understand. I mean, you have to look at this and actually wonder if they're just entirely tone deaf at this point. I mean, I'm really confused as to what made them think that this was a good idea. Now, apparently, it was actually an employee that was trying to push this, and I'm assuming a black employee, because it says that they were trying to represent their culture and tradition with these foods of celebration. So it must have been a black employee that thought it was a great idea. I mean, why not go after them? But of course, no one really cares about that. They're just going to go after IKEA about it. But it is kind of weird when you're doing that. So apparently many of the employees decided that they were going to stay home. They were just going to not work at all because they were just so outraged at whatever this was. One employee in particular said, "You cannot say serving watermelon on Juneteenth is a soul food menu when you don't even know the history. They used to feed slaves watermelon during the slave time." Well, I mean, the thing is that regardless of the true factual basis behind some of that, the thing too that you need to take into consideration is why in the world are black people overwhelmingly eating watermelon, at least in the general sense of that being the case. Now, I don't eat watermelon. I don't even like watermelon that much at all. But I do see, like, when you look at these stereotypes and things, why do you think they're doing it? See, when I grew up, for the longest period of time, what I did is I was saying, you know what? Whatever the stereotype is, I'm going to do the exact opposite of that. So whenever things like this came up, it was like, hey, I'm going to try to do the opposite of whatever that is. I mean, Dave Chappelle even ran a skit talking about this kind of stuff where everything that he did was going to be the opposite of what it was. So when he's on the plane and the lady's offering him whether he wants some fish or if he wants the fried chicken, he deliberately is trying to get the fish because he doesn't want to look stereotypically black. So why in the world is it that a lot of black people are eating watermelon in the first place, if that was the case? I don't know. But once again, a black employee thought this was a good idea, not IKEA itself. I mean, they thought it was a good idea to go along with this, of course, but it was a black employee that was trying to honor whatever this day is to try and actually, I don't even know what they're trying to accomplish with this, to be honest with you. I mean, what does changing the menu actually do? I mean, are you expecting a bunch of black people to start going into the store and to an IKEA of all places all of a sudden because they've got watermelon and fried chicken on the menu? Like, I don't understand that. But the thing is that either way, it's a weird story. It's kind of a situation where you have people getting offended again. I really don't care too much, to be honest with you. I mean, it is absolutely tone deaf for them to do that, but they were going along with someone else. They were going along with an employee that had the idea first. You just watched a clip from The William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.